By the end of this video, you learn how to create a highly professional portfolio website inside of Canva. This website is going to be divided into 7 sections, which would all come together to make your portfolio website look professional, so that you can easily promote your skills and your services to attract the kind of clients you want. So make sure to stick to the end of this video if you're looking at building your own portfolio website. The name is Benjamin, a verified Canva expert based in Ghana. Without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we are gonna do is to come in to create a design. The second thing you need to do is just to search for websites over here. So websites, okay, and you should see it over here, but I have mine showing here. Okay, so like you can see over here, so I just click on website and it should open for me. Now, as we go on in this video, you can easily pause the video and put your ideas or pictures and things together. You don't have to rush with this video. Make sure to take your time because I'm also going to take my time for you. Okay, so I just want to make sure that's understood. All right, so here we are. What we are simply going to do first of all is to work on the hero section. Okay, so we'll change the background. I'm going to use a blank background, a plain color, solid color over here. The color code I am using is 1E1E1E. Okay, you can use any one of your choice. Now the second thing we are simply going to do is I'm just going to add my photo, so you can also add yours, any photo you want to use. So I'll come into my recently used photos and I have this one over here. Okay, so we'll just simply crop it and I would remove the background. Okay, I would just increase the size, and that's also what you have to do. Make sure the photo is looking good, and your photo also has to be sharp, okay, because it also adds to the professionalism. Okay, now that we have this, let's come back into elements, okay, and let's search for grid. Okay, so under grid you can come to graphics, CO, and there's so many grids in here, so just make sure to take your time and choose the one you feel would make your brand look good. Okay, so I'm going to be using this one, and would also change the color to this dark gray. Okay, so increase the size. You can see, very nice, and you can duplicate it and also just bring it here. Okay, so once you bring it here, choose both grids, okay, by using shift and clicking on both grids, and reduce the transparency. Okay, so you can see I'm just reducing the transparency to 13 so that it's not too visible. Once you do that, right click, come to layer and come to show layers. Okay, and move this all the way to the back. It should be behind the image. Okay, so that's what we have over here, but you can see there's a problem. The grids over here are not really working properly. Okay, so I'm just going to select this one, and just move it till it looks like it's just one line. Okay, so that is what we have to do. Now that we have that, we are going to add our text. Press T on your keyboard to add your text, okay, and increase the size. Okay, and I'm using Poppins. You can use any one of your choice. So let's assume this gentleman is called Arnold. Okay, so I'll just write his name, Arnold. Okay, so Arnold, and based on the design we are going to use, you can use any one of your choice. You don't have to struggle. Okay, so just use any one of your choice. Would make it bold. Okay, and maybe I'll just reduce this a little bit and just move it here, and we'll also bring this in here just like this. Okay, so this is what we want to say his name, just so that anyone who visits the website would know his name firsthand. And what does he do? He's a content creator, so we also say content creator. Okay, creator over here, but with this one we would reduce the size and we wouldn't make it bold. Okay, so just something simple over here, and we'll just place it here. So content creator, very nice and very simple. Okay, so the next thing is we want to introduce or let him pitch clients. Once they visit his website, he's just going to pitch them straight off. Okay, so I have this over here. Okay, it's just something simple, and I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, and I would also reduce the size to maybe 10. Let's see, no, 10 is too small. Okay, I think 12 or 13 works for us. Okay, then we'll change the alignment as well. Okay, and everything should be aligned properly. Okay, so I think this works. Everything is looking beautiful right now. Okay, but I think the only thing here is let's reduce this one also. Okay, now to make this a little bit fancy, we'll just change the color of this dot over here to match his shirt. Let's assume that's the brown colors. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment, and I also want us to add some of his social media links. Okay, so we will just press L on the keyboard. Okay, come to position and come to arrange. Over here we'll choose this to 90 degrees, and with the line style, let's reduce the weight, okay, to 2, and we'll position it here. So this can be here, something like this, and you can duplicate and move this also down. So what we are simply going to do is add some of the social media logos, okay, and we'll also embed links into them. So to do that, make sure you're coming into apps, then under search for brand, just search for brand fetch. Okay, so brand fetch, it's an app in Canva that helps you to get, you know, the logos of most companies, okay, online. Good. So this is how it should show, and we'll just search for Instagram first of all. So Instagram. Okay, once you search for Instagram, you can see we have the official logo of Instagram over here. Then we'll search for Facebook. Okay, so Facebook. Okay, so you can also do that and choose this, and this helps you to adjust the colors so you don't have to worry. And x.com, okay, for Twitter. All right, so we'll choose this one as well, and we can just change the colors to white so that it can be visible. So for this, the black would be changed to white and the white would be changed to black. Okay, and this one as well would also change it to white. So this is what we have at the moment. Once we have this, select everything over here and deselect what we have in the background and reduce the size. Okay, once you reduce the size, you can just arrange them here. So we have X, we have Facebook, and we have Instagram. Okay, once you have that, just select all and center them. So once you have them here, just select all of them and just center them. Okay, so make sure they are centered properly, and that is all about it. All right, so now we can move on to the next session where we are going to be talking and sharing our experiences. Okay, so let's get started with this as well. So all you need to do is first of all come here and click on add a new page. Okay, once you do that, you should see this. What we are simply going to do is we are going to be adding a grid. Okay, so you can just copy, paste and paste and just reduce the size. Okay, so once you reduce the size to something like this, I think that's all we need for the background. And we can also copy this and paste it here, and we can just say 9. Okay, so if you have 9 years of experience, you can put it there, 8 years, any one at all, but I'm just going to use the 9 and change the 9 to, you know, white. So this is what we have at the moment. Okay, so once you are done with that, we can also just duplicate this and take it off, and we can just say years of experience. Okay, but you want to keep it, you know, lower caps. Okay, then just reduce the size and just years of experience. Okay, so what we are going to do is we'll just place it down here and reduce the size more. Okay, so the other thing I want us to be able to do is let's copy this text, because we want to make sure that the font sizes are the same. Okay, so we can just right click, copy style, and paste it over here so that we are using the same font sizes. Now we want to also say a few things over here. So what I would say is I will satisfy. So all I'm going to say is I'll satisfy you with designs that work. Okay, and we'll change the alignment. We may even want to just make this fancy. So with the work, we'll change the color to the red. Okay, and we'll also say, you know, here are some of the things I can help with. Here are some of the things I can help with. Okay, so just to keep it easy and simple. All right, nice. Once you do that, duplicate this and bring it down here. Okay, so with your skills, I would add Canva designs, okay, as part of it, and I would press L on my keyboard. Okay, and we'll just have to make sure everything is looking good. So it'll increase the weight of this. Okay, so increase the width first of all, and also with the rounded endpoint, make sure you are taking it on so that it looks like this. Then what we are just going to do is to duplicate this. Okay, so once you duplicate it, we'll just change the color to red and we'll put it straight on top of the initial one, and you can just reduce it. So depending on your level of expertise, you just have to adjust the length. Then we'll duplicate this and put this here. So I want us to have like 4. Okay, so I think this works. Okay, so here we can also see website development. All right, and we'll also adjust this. So maybe this one I'll reduce it a little bit. Okay, and I'll also say video production. Okay, and video production can also come higher, and we'll just add, let's say, photo editing. Okay, so photo editing. And with this one, I may want to reduce it a little bit. Okay, so something like this works. And this is all we need for this particular page. I hope you are enjoying it so far. So we can now move on to the next page. So with the next page, we are simply going to be showcasing some of the clients we've worked with so far. Let's do this quickly. All right. So all we need to do is to click on add page again. Okay, and we want to have the grid on this page entirely. So you can just come here, just copy the grid. Okay, so we just copy it, come down and paste it here, just like this as well. Okay, and the next thing I want us to do is to copy the font, just maintaining the font size. Okay, so I'll just say I've worked with clients both big and small, far and so both big and small, from far and near. Okay, so this is what we want to say for this particular one. Okay, so the both big and small, the big and small, we'll just make it red. Okay, and far and near, we'll do the same for that. Okay, then we'll duplicate this, or not to even duplicate this, we'll just bring any of these texts in here and we'll just bring it here. Okay, then I'll just say this is why I believe I can work on your project. Okay, so something simple. You can just say what you want to say, but this is what I'm going to use for the sake of this video. Okay, the next thing we have to do is now to display our clients. So I'm going to use some sample logos, okay, here in Canva. So I'll just go into my recently used and pull some of them from here. Okay, so we add this. So I can just change the color and we'll reduce the size to something like this. Okay, so once we do that, we can just state when we work with them. Okay, so I might just say 2016 to 2017 if that's what you want. Okay, then we can also duplicate this but make it a little bit bigger. So maybe something like 17 or 16 should be fine. Okay, and we'll just also put some sample names over here. I'll just copy and paste them, and you can just simply use any one of your choice. Okay, so once we do that, we'll just have to make sure everything here is centered nicely. Okay, so you select everything and make sure it's centered. Then when you do that, just press L on your keyboard and change the color. Okay, so this is where the line is. So we just bring it down here. Okay, and we'll change make sure the color is white. That's the first thing. And also with the weight, we can make it 1. Okay, to something like this. Then we will just also reduce the length, so we have something like this, and make sure everything is arranged nicely. Once you do that, you can simply copy and paste. Okay, so just duplicate this, so we can have 3 over here. Okay, so you have all these 3, and select everything and paste them as well. Okay, so we can also paste them here. So that's what we have at the moment, and everything has to be centered nicely. Okay, so you can see this is what we have, and all I can do now is to change the logos. Okay, so I have another one over here. I can delete this, then I can just reduce the size, position it here, and just reduce the size more. Okay, so that's all you need to do, and I'm just going to speed up this whole process of me trying to change the logos. Okay, so this is what we've been able to do, and as you can see, very easy. We have been able to complete this section, and now we can move on to the next section. Okay, so the next section, we are just simply going to showcase some of the projects you've done so far. Okay, in my case, I'll be using some sample images, but you can take your time to actually add images from any project you have created. All right, so let's get straight into it. So this is is going to be very easy. First of all, come here and click a new page, and I'll just bring in I'll just bring this down here, the grid, and reduce it. Okay, so you can have one grid here and have another grid here as well. Okay, once you do that, you can just simply bring any of the text, this one in particular, you can just bring it here. Okay, and all you can just say is, here are some of my recent projects. Okay, so here are some of my recent projects. Okay, so once you do that, everything just has to look clean. Okay, so with recent projects, you can highlight it and just make it red. Okay, beautiful. Then come into photos. Okay, I'm in my recently, so you just go into your photos, and I'll just maybe pull this up as one of my recent projects, and I'll reduce the size, place it here, because we want clients to know that, okay, this person has actually worked on projects before. So that's the main thing. Okay, so then I'll copy this, paste it over here, and maybe I can just say project alpha. Okay, so project alpha, copy this and duplicate it. I can put this also over here and this also over here, and we'll just change the I'll just change the images. All right, so I think this can be used over here. And as simple as it is, all you just need to do is to make sure that you are naming them correctly for each project. Okay, yeah, and we'll also go through how to embed links into them, so that when someone clicks on it, it opens and they can see whatever they need to see, okay, concerning the project. Okay, so once we are done with that, we can now move on to the next section, and it's actually going to be very, very easy. The next section is simply going to be about testimonials. So we are going to create a page where we gather some of the testimonials we received from previous clients. So as you can see, add a new page, and what we are going to do here is we can just bring another grid over here. Okay, you can bring another grid over here and can center it as well. So come into element, under element you can just search for quote. Okay, so quote, and we have this, the one I want to use. I would make it red, okay, just to make sure it's on brand, and reduce it and place it over here. And next thing I want us to do is I want us to add a text. Okay, so we'll add some text over here, and we'll just simply say, here is what some few clients have to say about me. Okay, so, just trying to promote yourself and all that. So you can just highlight this, come here and make it red. Okay, so now with the testimonial, I have a few ones that I'm just going to use in this design, but please make sure you are using actual testimonials. Okay, please make sure. Okay, so with the testimonials, I'm first of all going to pull this one. Okay, just copy and paste it here. All right, then we can bring this back, and I will just select everything and copy and paste it here. Okay, so you can see you have something very simple over here. Now the name would be below, so with the name I can just use Mia Khalifa. Okay, so Khalifa, and we'll just tag this in. Okay, so to be able to differentiate between the testimonial and the names, what we are simply going to do is we'll just make it bold. Okay, then we can also duplicate it, and what we'll do is we can say content creator. Okay, and take the bold off. All right, and just put it here. We can also make this one red as well, so you can see, very easy and very simple. And I'm just going to duplicate this. We can have one here, then we can also select everything and just duplicate and have another one here. Okay, so very easy and very simple. This is how you can design the pages. Okay, so you just have to be creative in everything. And I think with the background, I just want to add some styles to it just to make it interesting. Okay, and you can see how everything is looking. So far, I think we are really progressing, and I think I like the progress. I really like the progress. So let's look at the next page where we can showcase more clients we worked with, because we are trying to establish the credibility, which is very important. Okay, so come to add a page, and we'll just say more clients I've worked with. Okay, so just copy this again, bring it here. Okay, and you just say more clients I've worked with. So more clients I've worked with. Okay, so very easy and very simple. Then we can just come here in Elements. I'll go back into my recently used, and we can just add a number of stuff. So just make sure, if you don't have, you can skip. Okay, if you don't have, you can skip. You don't have to force yourself. Okay, or you don't have to also deceive anyone that you've actually worked with clients when you haven't. Okay, so we can put this here, and the name of the company can be here. Okay, so that's what we are simply going to do. Now just put a few ones over here. Okay, and just select another one. Also put this one also over here. Okay, and we can have 4 on each row. Okay, so we can have this one as well, and just reduce the size, something like this. Okay, so the spacing should be correct. Okay, yeah, I think something like this is fine. And we can I'll just duplicate everything, just bring it down here. Okay, and select this, make the color white. Now just copy style, paste, copy style, paste, copy style, and select all and paste. Okay, then I would also add this name here, all right, which we can edit for each logo, just to let people know that, okay, there's a client we've actually worked with. So we'll just replace it and everything can look sweet. Okay, so once we do that, we can bring another grid in here, and we will just send a grid to the back. Okay, so we'll select the grid to the back. We can make it bigger. Okay, over here, duplicate it and place this one also over here. And this is what we actually have, and we'll also send this to the back. Okay, so layer, send to back. So this is what we have. And now we can move on to the last section. Okay, so click on add page, and this is actually going to be very easy. We are just going to be promoting some of our recent posts. Okay, and we'll use the same style as we did over here. So all you can simply do is to copy, you can just copy these ones, just copy them and come to the last page and paste it there. Okay, so we'll just change this and say recent post. Okay, so recent post, and I'll use the same image. Okay, and we can have the title of the post over here. So maybe this can be secrets of design. Okay, then we can also add just something small to entice people to read what we have written or what the post is about. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to use a dummy text. Okay, so we come into Canva Lorem or Can Lorem. Okay, and we add it so that we paste it in here. Okay, so this is just a dummy text, just to fill in the space and to give you the whole idea of how you can make your portfolio website look sweet. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment, but the last thing I want us to do is to be able to embed links into the sections which need links. Okay, because when someone clicks on it, we want them to be able to see what we have. So let me just show you how to embed links quickly. All right, so we'll just go up and for example, we can right click, come to link. Okay, and we'll just insert our link. So www.instagram.com/African Geek. Okay, so African Geeks, and that is it. It's been embedded, so you can see. So the same thing for this. So I'll just come to link, then www.facebook.com/African Geeks for this one as well. So that's how to do it. And for the project, that's the same thing you can do. You can add a link and you can just say www.google.com. Okay, and we'll do the same for the text as well. So the recent project, when you embed the links on the image, you also have to embed the same link in the text depending on where they click. Okay, so that's what you have to do, and the same for the recent post as well. So now the next thing I want us to do is publishing our websites in Canva. Okay, so you're going to be using the free domain in Canva. First of all, if you want to be able to link your Canva website to a private or a paid domain, there's a video I've made on that. You can check that on my channel. Okay, it should be there. So over here we come to publish website. Okay, and it should load beautifully. You can see what we have in here. So if you're okay with everything, all you just have to do is to click on publish website, and this website should be live. So this is how to create a website inside of Canva, and I hope you've learned so much from it. So let's finally see how our website looks online. Okay, so if I bring this here, we can see how it looks. Very beautiful, and I like it so much. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, and I hope you enjoyed it. The name is Benjamin. Always remember, there is no limit to creativity, and I should see you in my next video.